Good morning, students. Today we are going to start with the chapter Structure of Atom. Now, beginning with the introduction of this chapter, Dalton in 1808 suggested that atom is the smallest indivisible particle of matter. He further elaborated this idea by putting forward a theory known after him as Dalton atomic theory. This theory was able to explain the laws of chemical combination which were put forward on the basis of experimental studies. The concept of relative atomic mass was also developed. However, Dalton's concept of atom could not explain the following facts. Number 1, why do atoms of different elements differ from each other in masses and properties? And next, why do atoms combine to form molecules? So, to look out for answers of our question, further studies were carried out to know whether the atom is really indivisible. Let us try to study the following simple experiment. If we comb dry hair and then bring the comb near small pieces of paper, the comb is found to attract the pieces of paper. And if we rub a glass rod with a silk cloth and then bring the glass rod near an inflated balloon, it is attracted towards the glass rod. So, as electrically charged object can attract the uncharged object by inducing opposite charge in them. This shows that in the first case, comb acquire electric charge, and in the second case, glass rod acquire electric charge. So, in our mind, the question arises: where does this electric charge came from? Now, as comb, glass rod, etc. constitute matter and matter is made up of atoms, so there must be some charged particle present in matter. Hence, in the atom, in the other words, atom is divisible. Further experiments were performed during the year 1895 to 1905 showed that atom is not the smallest particle but it is made up of still smaller particles called subatomic particles. So the three main subatomic particles were electron, protons and neutron. In other words, an atom has an internal structure of its own. So, the main aim of this chapter will be to discuss how these subatomic particles, that is, electron, proton, and neutrons, were discovered and how they were arranged within the atom, that is, the study of the models of atom. Now, continuing with the chapter, an introduction of the chapter. Essentially, the structure of atom comprises of photons. Now, protons, neutrons and electrons. These basic components provide the mass and charge of the atom. The nucleus comprises of protons and neutrons with the electron orbiting around that. So if we talk about the structure of atom, till now he was saying that he didn't knew the structure of atom, but now we will talk about the structure of atoms. So he says that inside the atom there are electrons and protons and neutrons, and the electrons they revolve around the nucleus. Okay. So how we came to the knowledge of the structure of atom? So we will discuss in detail now. Introduction to structure of an atom. Atom are the building blocks of matter. It is the smallest unit of matter that is composed of three subatomic particles, that is the proton, the neutron and the electron. Okay. Now, atom has three types of subatomic particles that we had talked. Electron is represented as E negative, proton as P positive and neutron having no charge. So it is written simply N. The mass of an electron is 1 upon 2000 the mass of hydrogen atom. The mass of proton is equal to the mass of hydrogen atom and is taken as 1 unit, whereas the mass of neutron is equal to the mass of hydrogen atom and it is taken as 1 unit. Talking about the discovery of subatomic particles, in 1900 J.J. Thomson discovered the presence of negatively charged particles called electrons in the atom. In 1886, E. Goldstein discovered new radiation in gas discharge and called them as canal rays. So these rays were positively charged, and this later led to the discovery of positively charged particle called proton in the atom. And in 1932, Chadwick discovered the presence of particles having no charge in the atom, and they are called as neutrons. Now, Cathode ray experiment was done by J.J. Thomson, discovered the existence of electron. He did this during a cathode ray tube, which is vacuum sealed tube with cathode and anode on one end, that created a beam of electrons traveling toward the another end of the tube. The air inside the chamber is subjected to high voltage, and electricity flow through the air from the negative electrode to the positive electrode. The characteristic of cathode ray, that is electrons, do not depend upon the material of electrode and the nature of gas. तो अगर हम बात करते हैं कि क्या उस पर डिपेंड करता है upon the material of electrode or the nature of gas, अभी मैं आपको एक्सपेरिमेंट में दिखाऊंगी. So you will write no. So the experiment showed that atom was not a simple indivisible particle and contain at least one subatomic particle, that is electron. Talking, when we gave the 10,000 volts of the uh, when we applied this amount of voltage, then what happened? From cathode, the particles they start emitting, and they were moving towards the anode, and they travel straight away, and they strike the, there was a green yellowish glow, there was a fluorescent material which was applied at the end of the tube. And when these, how we know that the particles are coming, these particles they traveled straight and they striked here, and when they striked here on the fluorescence area, there was a glow was being produced. So this told us that there are some particles which are emitted from cathode and which are moving towards the anode. Now talking about the properties of cathode rays, the cathode ray they travel in a straight line. How? When he is saying in this way, can you see in the figure? This is the figure. So in this figure, you can show that it is shown that by the fact that if an object such as metal cross is placed in the path of these cathode rays, they cast a sharp shadow of the object at the back. So when this material was placed in between, a shadow was being cast. So it means they were traveling in a straight line. Second, cathode ray are made up of material particles. So this is shown by the fact that if light paddle like wheel is placed in the path of cathode ray such that the cathode ray strike the blades of upper half of the wheel, so it begins to rotate. It means they are made up of material particle. Next, cathode ray carry negative charge. This is shown by the fact when electric field is applied, so they are deflected towards the positive plate, जो अभी मैंने पीछे figure में दिखाया था. So it means what it shows that they consist of material particles. Now similarly, when magnetic field is applied on cathode ray, they are deflected in a direction which shows that they carry negative charge. Next, they produce green fluorescence on glass wall of the discharge tube as well as on certain substances such as zinc sulfide. So that coating was of zinc sulfide which was being applied at the end of the tube. Next, they produce X-ray when they strike against the surface and hard metal like tungsten and molybdenum. So these were the property of cathode rays.